Now let's get into the build. Some off driveway gates. Sit back, grab a beer, grab your nuts, and let's get into it. Morning, mother lover. Floodgates are in, mate.
Ooh, job's a good one. We're on, son.
Dude, you know it's the 1st of October today and you've got to register your chickens with the government. Have you done it?
Nah, they can cock off. Have you?
I told them they can suck my it's foul.
So what we've got here is the joiner's rod, which is basically a full-size drawing of a cutaway section through the gate. This one is the plan section looking down on the gate, so you can see all the tongue and groove, you can see the stile there running through. This empty space here is basically the rails, and I'll put in a post here just so I can have a look and see what it's going to look like. Down here you can see the bottom rail, so this is a cut through looking through the side of the gate. So you've got the haunches and mortises there set out for the tenon. Then we come up here to the middle rail. You can see a haunch and mortise there. The same here, and tongue and groove detail there for the head for the boards to run in. And that is what we're going to build off. So that gives us all our information, widths, thicknesses, heights, everything we need to build the gates.
To you. To me. To you. To me. To me. To you. To me. To you. To me. To you. To me. To me. To you. To me. To you. To me. To you. To you. To me. To you. How much are you taking off at pass?
I've just increased it to 3 mil. I was at 2 mil. Got it. Hear that extra mil, can't you? And some. Poor old girl. Well, she's not old, she's about 18 months. 2 years,
Still a puppy then?
Yeah. Gears aren't broken in yet. They don't make them like they used to, mate. Liking that. You know, likey. You might complain at this one too.
Oh yes, she is. Yeah, she's gonna.
I'm stealing her in her own way. Don't pull. Put a bit of resistance this way. That's it. Now pull her out.
Why the resistance? The opposing
Slows
way
it down so that the motor doesn't struggle. Because the feed's overtaking the motor, what the motor can do, you see. So if you put a little bit of resistance on it, it slows the feed down so the motor can catch up so she doesn't die out totally. Put her back to 2 mil.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we just stick to a measurement it can handle?
Yeah. I was chancing it, I was just seeing what it would take off on softwood. It should take up to 5 mil.
Whoa, doesn't say that in the instructions.
Yeah, right.
It says 2 mil max. My planer, 3 mil planer, 2 mil max thickness.
Really?
Yeah. Which is this.
Yeah, it's basically that, isn't it?
No, you're right. That says 5 mil.
Yeah.
Wow.
You may be able to do that on the edge.
Yeah, but not on a. You wouldn't be able to do that on a 300 mil board, would you?
Oh God, no. That's a mil at a time. Yeah. Yeah, you have to try that. Have to have a good size weight. As soon as I used this, I wanted to put a bigger motor on it.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the old Jet XSD 310 that I had was almost twice as powerful.
Right.
And that was a combi. Lift up one like yours, precursor to yours by about 10 years.
Thought about putting a motor on it, changing the motor?
I haven't looked into it, but I just put 3.5 kilowatt on there or something like that. Standard Axminster motor.
Just wondering if the head could handle it.
I would imagine so. They've got to be tested past their maximum, you know. You've got to test these things to destruction and make them so that, you know, dickheads like me and you can't really destroy them.
Problem child.
Charles, got a nice big crack in it. Wobbly one, Okay, overall length of 1750, that's including the waist. 50 mil on the bottom, and we'll come up from that mark 215 mil, which is going to be the width of the bottom rail. We'll come down 100 mil from there, from the top, gives our head height, and then we'll go 140 from there, which is our head. So that's that. Then we want to come find our middle rail. So we take this dimension between those two, and we've got 1240. So that's 620 to centre. That's centre line, and we're doing 140 again. So we'll go 70 mil either side of that line for the middle rail. There we go. That there is our basic setup. Let's square that across and see how badly we're done. One click is never enough, and then all of a sudden it's too much. There you go, see? Yes. So, and there. 6 on either side. We'll do the same on all of them. There we go. Now square that across and just strike it through the middle, not to the edges, because that's only a wedge line. Now we can get our mortise gauge out and start putting mortise gauges on there. The actual width of the mortises, we're going to divide it by 3, which is the accepted method. Get your little rule, put the inches on there, going in the diagonal, a mark there, a mark there. Now that's exactly divided by 3. It was easy to do anyway because it's 60 mil thick, so that's pretty easy. But that's how you do it. Even if it's an irregular measurement, odds and ends, put the 3 across it, double it up. So we take the fixed one to the far pin, we bring back the thing to there, and then we just, there you go. That looks to be pretty much bang on. Sometimes they move when you do the screw up, so you just check again. That's on the money, that's on the money. We've got a little tick where there's going to be a mortise. We know that's going to be a mortise there, so now we can let it out of the cramp, check from the other side that we're absolutely bang on centre. It's about a quarter, not even a quarter, maybe 0.2 of a millimetre across. So that means we're coming back there. That's got to be it. And we'll just do a couple of pin marks. Not too deep, go too deep, and you've got sides to it. Oh, look at that. There we go, that's it.
pin marks, perfectly behind each other. Lovely. So now we can go like that. This is the face edge, so the inside edge. So we're going across both lines, because this is a haunch, and this is your mortise. We do that on all of them from the face side, always from the face side. That's your datum, tells you where everything goes. Full width. Yeah. It's right. Set our haunch depth at 1 1/4 inches. Mark our tenon lines across there, across the end, and remaining on the same face across the back. And put our pencil lines in, just so you can see it. There we go. Right. Now the tenon widths, or lengths if you will. Get that nice and flush on the end. Tick there, tick there. Turn your piece over, turn that over. Nice and flush on the end. Tick there, tick there. Now we can square all that across. Like that. Square it down to our gauge lines for the tenon. Like that. And that one's 15mm offset. Allow for the rebate. There we go. Okay, they're ready to go. Put through the set up the tenon now and get those cut.
Looks like how you like your women.
Suit you, sir.
Josh, I'm curious, how comes you didn't mortise out this rail completely and just left the one haunch?
Well, a double town like that gives you more structure in the joint. You get more glued surface area. It's going to hold square better because it's a wider board and it's the bottom rail. It takes a lot of force. So to do that makes more sense than just one large tenon in there. You've got more mechanical structure in the joint.
The other side. I need more practice than that, mate.
Shocking, bro. Got a little bit of handcraftiness.
this is the X brace for the gate, one side of the gate, and this is the opposing piece. Now what happened is I routed out this rebate out of this one on the wrong side. I was rushing to catch up with Josh. He was pacing up and down the workshop like a expecting father, singing "Why Are We Waiting?" Anyway, I'm kidding. So to fix that, and this is completely Josh, milled up another board to width, slightly oversized in height. Pretend this is the one I screwed up on. Stuck this through the thicknesser until we took off that thickness and then glued that board onto it. And now I'll go away and plane that board down to that thickness and hopefully route out that rebate on the right side.
Munger it right.
This takes me back to my younger years.
During the war, we marched straight from Berlin to Poland, all sped out our fucking boxes. Are you going to work the middle cross while I do the tenons?
I wouldn't fancy doing this on my own, so
Done it, mate.
I'm sure you have.
Hell, it really is. On your own, this sort of stuff is just like, oh my god. And you're sweating and you can't stop, and it's just continuous.
And then the missus comes in and wants to have a full-on conversation about dinner and
Always happens, yeah. Oh, that'll fucking hold, but.
Yeah, sure. What's it like for gap filling?
Yeah, good. If you leave it on it. Leave it thick. It'll take up the.
What, there's any gaps in our work?
Well, no, of course. This is. How dare you suggest such a thing?
Just wondering.
Yes, it's remarkable. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Thrust and clean and jerk. Up the wedges. First 2 inches of wedge needs to be glued. That's about it. Looks like it sounds good. Ah, superb, mate. Once the rebate's out, we're on the nose.
Now we've got to mill up 20 of those boards for these gates now they're done. I'm going to spare you it. You're not going to watch me mill all that lot up.
That's why I turned mine.
Yes, I'm just about to say, can you give me a hand?
Have you done this side?
No.
Okay. If I go up
Yep.
and you go down, it's it. There we go. It's going to slide everything.
It's heavier than me.
No counterbalance there, mate.
Yeah, mate, I want to roll it over again.
Yeah.
To the other side. So,
That was King Willie again, wasn't it? To the other side.
okay, let's do it.
Grip. There we go.
here we are in a different shop, different future, different builds. Hopefully some furniture builds will come in. The weirder the better for us, but they have to be commissions. I can't do out of my own pocket builds anymore. I've got to go into this because I look like a fluffer in this edit that I'm editing now for you guys, and also about a concern I have about releasing this video. This is more aimed at those people that feel they're in control of what a creator does. You know, the ones that tell everyone they shouldn't use music in their videos, that kind of stuff. Meeting Josh and working alongside him has shown me I know nothing at all, and what I do know is mostly wrong. Well, that's how I feel anyway. It's weird spending 15 years and feeling like it was all a waste of time. It's physically upsetting when you put your heart and soul into something all that time, finessing it, honing your skills. I'm nearly 50 years old. Although my life's been an eventful one, living in all sorts of countries, working on feature films, I didn't find my calling until 15 years ago, really. 15 years later, and then I find I need to start all over again. On day one of this first build, I was near tears, but the worm is turning. The irony is, I learnt from YouTube, and now I'm here on YouTube, giving you guys a reach around. It needs to be said, Joshua is an extremely knowledgeable chap. He's been at this since he was 15. He's also 50. He trained as a boat builder, and from day one had a saw in one hand and a blunt in the other, blunt chisel. He's way more experienced than me by a country mile. And also, I'm no joiner. He is. I make furniture, which is a very different game. Anyway, the point is, I'm not going to take any BS comments about Josh from anyone. I'll just block you. Josh rocked up to my workshop a few months ago, a fan of my vids. We chewed the fat for pretty much the whole afternoon, pretty much till the sun was going to go down. Long story short, he said, well, you've got to move out of here, you've got nowhere to go. Let's see what we can get in my shop and we make together. And this is someone I don't know who's saying this to me. That's quite something for someone to do. I wouldn't be rushing to invite anybody into my workshop to work alongside me, and I don't imagine many makers would be either. Anyway, in my eyes, it's a very big thing what he's done for me, and I'm very grateful to him. Not only has he saved the day, but Mr. Joshua is also a creative person. So two of us together, both being creative, could really come up with some interesting shit, and that excites me a lot. He's not just a work colleague though either, he's a mate too, in my eyes. So if you feel the need to say anything to you about him, I'll drop you like third period French. I've put around about £20,000 worth of tools in his shop, so if I can trust him, so can you. But most of all, you're going to get two people for the price of one, really, and you're going to learn a lot more than any other channel, I believe, from this channel with Joshua around. But not the YouTube BS. This is going to be the of a journey for me. This isn't going to turn into a channel called Josh the Nosh, which was a bad call of me the other day. It's Mr. Joshua to you guys. If you're wondering what the future of this channel is going to be, we're bouncing around ideas. I kind of like the idea of filming very big wide shots of the whole shop as we work. That'll be continuously filming all day, and I'll cut that in, so we pick up about between the two of us. The farting, when we're filming like this, you've got to set the camera up, you've got to mic the person up, you've got to be prepared with what you've got to do. You both got to know what actions they're going to be taking, what job they're doing, and get it right, so which is time consuming. And I'd like it to be a bit more free flowing, because unfortunately, when we were filming this, there was some points the recorder corrupted a file, and there was a really good moment in it. Just scared the absolute shit on me with the Tenon machine. He yelled, "No!" And man, I scared the hell out of me. I thought I was going to lose a limb or something, And then we had a good laugh about it, and we were messing around for the next 20 minutes about it. But it would have been nice if you had seen that. At the moment, you're just seeing shots of cutting mortises and tenons and thicknessing and planing. Something like a Cheech and Chong kind of setup, or a good cop, bad cop, hail and pace. I'd like to know what you think in the comments. One thing's for sure, I've never wanted my channel to be like everyone else's channel and what they do. It's been done to death. It needs to be new and different. I think that's the best route I've come up with for the pair of us. Josh seems to be keen. We might just wing it and see what happens. But let me know down in the comments what you think.